What's up YouTube? It's your boy James back with another video. And today we're going to take a look at an autographed Ken Griffey Jr. Seattle Mariners jersey. Now Ken Griffey Jr. is one of the greatest baseball players that has ever lived. And if you grew up in the 1990s like I did as a kid, not only were you a super fan of his, but he pretty much influenced everything that you did. He was one of the first baseball players to wear his hat backwards and just make things like that cool. And he had that sweet left-handed swing that everybody on the playground or at Little League tried to emulate. He played for multiple teams. He played for the Seattle Mariners, he played for the Cincinnati Reds, the Chicago White Sox, but he will always be remembered for being a Seattle Mariner. That's where he was climbing walls and robbing other players of home runs and smashing home runs left and right. Ken Griffey did it all. He could hit home runs, he could steal bases, he could play defense, he won Gold Gloves. And he did it all without taking steroids. So when we all look back at history, or our grandkids look back at history, Ken Griffey Jr. will be remembered as one of the greatest baseball players to ever walk this planet. And if you're into collecting autographed sports memorabilia, Ken Griffey Jr. is one of the items that you definitely need in your collection. I would like to welcome all the new subscribers that we have on the channel. Hello and welcome. And to my OG subscribers, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching the videos, liking the videos, commenting on the videos, and sharing them, etc. It means so much to me. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. But if this is your first time visiting the channel, my name is James, and I do reviews on sneakers, gear, and sports-related items. If you all could do that thing that I like and destroy that like button, I would really appreciate it greatly. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm and puts my videos out in front of more people. And if you're new or haven't yet already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop a video and you don't miss any content. I don't know what else I can say about Ken Griffey Jr. When I was a kid growing up in the 90s, his rookie card was one of the most sought after items that us kids wanted. In those days it was worth a little bit of money, but actually it meant more to us than money, if that makes sense. He was the kid. He had the backwards baseball hat. You know, he was crushing those home runs. And, you know, I don't know, he was just a really good player. And he was the first major superstar that I knew of that played Major League Baseball. Now, everybody knew how good Ken Griffey Jr. was, and nobody has ever disputed that. But during the mid to late 90s, when the whole steroid thing blew up, and Mark McGwire and Barry Bonds and those type of guys were smashing, 60, 73 home runs a year, Ken Griffey was kind of forgotten a little bit. Because he played clean, he didn't take steroids. So he wasn't able to hit 74 home runs or anything like that. And he did have some injury history and stuff like that, but I mean overall if you look at his numbers, I mean they stack up with the greatest of all time. And actually I can make an argument that since the pitchers were taking steroids during that era, that Ken Griffey Jr.'s numbers are actually probably more impressive than you think. But I'm not here to dispute all of those things. What I'm going to show you today is an autographed Ken Griffey Jr. jersey. Bam! And then I got it right here, guys. And this is on a Seattle Mariners majestic jersey. Now this is a jersey that he would have wore early in his career in the late 80s, early 90s. On the front you got the Mariners right here. On the back you got Griffey with that iconic number 24. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look deeper into this item and we're going to take an up-close look at this Ken Griffey Jr. autographed jersey. Alright, so here's our first up-close look at this jersey, and we're going to start at the front. Since this is an actual majestic jersey, we'll review the jersey and then we'll look at the autograph. So starting here at the top, you have your majestic tag. It has cool base technology, and this is a genuine Major League Baseball item. This is a size extra large, which this means that this is a replica jersey. It's not an actual authentic, like on the field jersey, but it is something that, a fan would buy. Moving down, this is a full button down jersey. In the center of the jersey, you have that Mariners logo and printing all across the chest, and it is stitched. On the left sleeve, you have your majestic logo, and that is stitched as well. Now moving down to the left-hand side of the jersey, you have your majestic jock tag, and this has a plastic film protector. I've never actually taken anything off of this jersey, but underneath of that, that's actually heat pressed. Now this is the part we've all been waiting for. This is the back of the jersey. At the top here you have your Major League logo, and that is stitched. And below the neckliner you have your Griffey lettering that is stitched all the way across the back. And here in the middle of the jersey you have that iconic number 24 that he wore with the Mariners, and that is all stitched as well. And right here, bam, at the top of the 4 you have that Ken Griffey autograph. Now this is certified by PSA DNA, who is one of the best in the world as far as authenticating items. And you have your hologram there at the bottom of the 4, and then it comes with this card. Now I think this is a must-have item for any Major League Baseball fan, any Ken Griffey fan. You know, if you have any nostalgia from the 90s about, anything like that, then this is probably a must-have item for someone like you. Something like this would look so dope on a wall, in a frame or something like that. Maybe if you have an office or, a spare room in your house, man cave. So how much is an item like this worth? So a jersey with Ken Griffey Jr.'s signature on it with a good certificate of authenticity can go anywhere in the neighborhood between $800 and $1,500 and up, depending on what jersey it is. Now if it's a custom jersey that's not an actual jersey of any kind, that's just like a replica, those are always going to go for less. But if it is a name brand jersey made by a real company like Majestic, Nike, things like that, then it will be worth a little bit more money. Now this jersey that I've showed you today is probably easily worth about $1,000, and it's probably actually worth more. I've seen these go for, $1,300, $1,400, $1,500, $1,800. And if you're a fan of Ken Griffey, I recommend probably picking up something sooner rather than later, because the price on these things are just going to increase over time. But if you're like me, this is just a piece of my childhood that I have. This is something that I look at and I just, remember fond times, with my father outside playing baseball, teaching myself how to bat left-handed even though I was right-handed, things like that, and it actually means more to me than money. Not everything is about money. Money's nice, but, there's just some things that, money can't buy. Money can buy mostly everything, but it can't buy everything. So drop a comment down below. Let me know if you have any fond memories of Ken Griffey Jr. Let me know if you have any autographed memorabilia of his, and what do you think about this jersey that I have? Before you guys bounce out, if you could do that thing that I like and destroy that like button, it would mean so much to me. And if you're new to the channel or haven't yet already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you never miss any video on sneakers, gear, or sports related items. And until next video, peace.